Hello, my name's Duncan. I have the great privilege of being the provost here at the Bartitsu and Antagonistics Forum. That means really I'm the head instructor, but as we're a forum, we tend to be a little less formal than that, and what that really means is I'm the person obsessed enough to make sure the classes happen every week. So if you've been following us for a while, you'll know that on a Friday we normally put up like a little written article for your education and entertainment. But we're going to be changing that format a bit for the next little while, and instead we're going to be doing some videos instead. And we thought we would start this off by looking at one of the main weapons that we look at here at the forum, and that's the sidesword. For those of you who aren't familiar, this is a sidesword, and this is the weapon that we're going to be talking about for the next few weeks. And really the hope is that we can give people a better insight about what it is that we're doing here at the forum. Now obviously this is going to be dealing with the antagonistic side. The Bartitsu side, the Victorian mixed martial art, is much more unarmed, self-defense focused. We'll probably deal with that another time, but for now we want to look at the core weapon that we teach everybody who comes on. So actually what we're going to look at over the next few weeks is very much falls in line with what we teach on an 8-week introductory course to sidesword. Now, I should say there are 3 reasons why we're doing this. The first of them is really to give people a better idea of what we do. A lot of people see swordplay in films and on TV, especially with the popularity recently of such things like The Witcher and Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings. This gives a very false idea of what using a sword is actually like. So one of the things I want to do here is give you an idea of what swordplay really looks like and some of what's actually involved in it. And sadly, there is less spinning around and chopping people's heads off and much more actual hard work and precision involved. The other problem we have is that we go around and do demonstrations. And when we talk about things for the public normally, we put in all the flashy moves. And again, it gives a false idea of what sword fighting is actually like. So again, partly because of that, partly because of films, we wanted to be a bit more honest with you in these videos. And really just look at the reality of what training in swordplay actually looks like. The second reason that I wanted to do this is as a reminder to students. As I said, we run an 8-week introductory course. This is roughly going to follow that path, so that anybody who has trained with us can potentially look back at these videos and pick up stuff and remember stuff and just, you know, be able to refresh their mind on what they've taught. So I wouldn't really advise anybody to try and learn anything from just videos or from reading books. I mean, you can, but it's hard work. You're going to make a lot of errors, and a lot of people have already done the hard work, and it's better if you can benefit from that. It's much better if you can benefit from people being on hand to correct your errors as they occur, who know a lot more than you and teach. So basically what I'm saying is, this is a reminder for people and to show you what it actually looks like in reality. This isn't really designed for you to learn from. Instead, go find somebody who can teach you. You will learn much better. The third reason that I'm putting this up is to really encourage discussion, because when we look at this material, in particularly, we're going to be looking at the works of Giovanni Della Gocchia, and there are several other people all around the world working on this material. Now, there's no direct lineage, so all of us at one point or another have learnt from someone or learnt from a book, and if we learnt from someone, they originally learnt it from a book. So we have lots of different interpretations. People read things slightly differently. Some people speak Italian and can get inference from the original material. Some of us are working from translations, so we're already viewing it through somebody else's lens. And that means that we come to slightly different conclusions. There are also gaps where things need to be filled in, what we refer to as frog DNA, if you remember back to that ancient movie Jurassic Park. Where there are gaps missing, we look at what other people were doing at the same time, what people are doing now in terms of sport fencing and things, and try to plug those gaps. So everybody's is a bit different, and this is this is us showing you what it is that we do, so that other people can comment, compare it to what they're doing, and we can get some discussion going. Now, obviously, I'm not looking for your crap, that's rubbish, that's not helpful, but if you are going like, actually, we find that this footwork is what we think Della Gocchia means, it gives partly a chance to open another discussion, and a part for me to re-examine what it is that we're teaching and see if it matches up and if there are better ways of doing things. So those are really the 3 reasons that we're actually going to be doing this segment. But what I will do is start off just by telling you a little bit about what it is we're looking at. So the side sword is a lovely transitional weapon. It comes from a period in between the knight's arming sword, a very edge-orientated, choppy weapon. But before we go into the rapier and everything becomes point-orientated. So it's got both the chopping and the point. So it is a great weapon to train as a starting point. It trains you good footwork, it trains you good blade work, and then you can move on to doing other things from here. So it's a good basis weapon, and that's why we use it. The particular school that we study is an Italian school called the Bolognese school, because it comes from the Bolognese region of Italy. It's sometimes known as the Dardi school because of the original guy who set up the particular school there that produced a series of masters. And down the years, different masters wrote different treaties, and all of them have merit. And in fact, we dip into those from time to time, and I'll mention them as we go. The particular one we look at is the last of the masters, Giovanni dalla Gocchia. So we'll be looking at his material and just giving you a taste of what that's like over the next few weeks. So hopefully they'll all be a little bit shorter than this one. I just wanted to get all the provisos and what this actually is and what this isn't kind of out of the way in this initial video. So next week we're going to start looking at how you actually hold the sword and some basic guards and wards that you're going to be using throughout this material. So hopefully you're going to find this interesting. Hopefully you're happy watching a short video rather than necessarily reading a few paragraphs. And we'll see how this goes over the next few weeks. So looking forward to catching up with you again next week.